All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 722. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who can't know how to hear any more about why he likes Fortnite, Wombat.
Who? What now? Yeah, I can't. Look, there's a dog behind me. You don't see that all the time on this show. Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Shipwreck,
later.
have you watched I Think You Should Leave yet?
Yes.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it. I
Just
get the references.
only once, though? Would you say?
Yes. Only once.
Okay. So you didn't really like. It's
And
not
maybe
your
only
thing.
season 2. I don't know that I watched season 1.
You
Right.
should watch season 1, Turbo Team.
No, I don't. Season 1 doesn't have all the memes.
It
It
does.
did. It does.
It has Turbo Team, and it's got the baby contest.
You just don't even
I don't
know
see
about
those
the
on my
memes
feed.
yet.
Yeah,
Those
I don't
memes
see
are
those
over
on
your
my
head.
feed. That I'm okay with that.
Well, okay.
Harley Johnson wins. I'm going to kill myself.
It's not Troll Boy. Can't be Troll Boy. You
That's
understand.
season 2.
I know. Anyway, you should. Yeah, you don't really need to watch season 1. Like he's right. Shipwreck, no, he's smart. He knows.
You should watch, but no one needed to watch season 2, but season 1 is still funny.
At least he watched it. At least he watched the second season.
True,
we told him to
true,
watch
true.
it. He watched it.
Fair enough. I'll take my small victories. where I
Exactly.
can get them.
Exactly.
Yep.
Did you go to any
Excited
more?
about the new Kids in the
Well-
Hall season?
Yes, I saw the trailer for that today. I was like, oh my God, there's just more kids in the hall, but they're old now.
Where is that going to be streamed?
Amazon Prime.
Yep, that's the one
Mm,
of those places.
Yeah. hmm
I like Kids in the Hall a lot.
Yeah. I remember watching that back in the 90s.
These are the Daves I know.
Mm-hmm.
My name is
Your
Dave.
head, all of it. All of it. It'll all be back.
Ooh,
Cabbage head, all of it.
Oh, you think they are?
Yeah.
They're
they're gonna redo all that shit.
I think they'll do like a return to all the classic characters. I think we'll see that the chicken lady and they'll all be.
You might as well. Like that's what they're getting
Yeah.
paid for.
Uh-huh. I think there'll be new stuff, but I'm going with like a 50-50.
No, they're artists.
I'm going with a 50-50 split of, remember that. And here's something else you might enjoy.
Amazon probably doesn't care either way. They're just like, whatever, take this money, make a show, do the old bits, don't do the old bits. You know, just it's Kids in the Hall. We can put that on there, and it's good enough.
Crushing your head guys in the trailer.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
That's setting the stage perfectly.
Yeah, it's like this is what you want. Enjoy it, and
Right.
I am okay with that.
Right.
To be honest.
Did anybody go to any European countries since last show?
No.
No. Damn. That was
I am
'cause-
going to the Paris of New York next week, but not this week.
Troy.
New Paul's. Paul's? PALTZ?
Sounds like a disorder of some sort.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm going to New Paul. Yes.
They filmed what show were we watching that they filmed there at Mohonk?
Upload?
Upload. That's it.
Upload was filmed there. Yes.
Yep.
If you've seen Upload and you've seen where fancy people go where they die, that's where I'm gonna be staying next week.
And if he doesn't survive, that's where
What's there to
Wombat
do
goes.
with
when he dies.
at this place other than die? and be
Nature
famous?
trails.
They have lots of nature trails. It's known for their hiking. There's a mountain that when you get to the top, you can see 5 states at once.
Are you going to that mountain?
Yeah.
You're gonna go to the top of that?
Which state
That's
are you
the
looking
plan.
forward to?
Huh? I would like to see Massachusetts, please.
Oh.
And which way is Massachusetts? I'll have to ask the guide. They're also known for their food. That's like the big draw. And the evening entertainment. They have like just good enough where it's like, okay, this isn't terrible entertainment. I think is what Jim Chapin is who I get to see.
Jim Brewer.
Brother of Harry Chapin. Where he'll probably sing Harry Chapin songs, be like, you might remember this song from my brother. And I'll get to hear Cats in the Cradle. Yeah.
Dogs.
knows.
Dogs in the Hammock, I think he's gonna play.
If you like Cats in the Cradle, you'll love Dogs in the Hammock.
All right. We got our own little Mohonk spin on this.
Yeah,
woof.
there's gonna be like a juggler. It's like that, lots of food. Like I said, the food, the big indoor pool, the rustic atmosphere, disc golf, hatchet throwing, archery.
Take a lot of videos of the hatchet throwing, you doing hatchet throwing and the disc golf.
Yep,
And anything else that could be potentially embarrassing.
I think the plan is to have a good time, so we're gonna try that.
Sounds like a plan. How are you going for a long time?
Just Monday through Thursday.
That's a long time.
Is it? Okay, so yes, a long
I didn't
time.
you need to be that specific, but sure.
Well, you said 4 days. Is that better? 3 nights?
Anyway,
There are
Yeah.
any souvenir T-shirts you can buy
Mugs. I buy mugs. You should know that by
Mugs.
now.
with plenty of lead.
Yeah, lots of lead mugs.
no, it's a fancy place. They
Mhm.
they have premium lead actually.
Yeah. Mhm.
And how's your earship? We can't see it with the big.
I think it's fine.
eyes.
I think it's
sealed
back
up.
to normal.
He's gonna take it off. There'll be no ear.
Right.
Right.
That would be
It
a good
looks
bit.
fine. Whoa.
That would be a
Just
good bit.
flapping.
So we don't need to sue. Is basically what you're saying.
I think I would have had a good chance against Disney. I think I could have lawyered up against them pretty easily.
I mean, they just settle. The key is like they're just going to throw you some money and settle. But I think you're okay. So that's not necessary. You could have maybe had a free like season pass or something.
To French Disney.
Yeah.
Disneyland Paris.
Oh, we are so sorry. Please take the pass for the
They-
season.
I think if you get injured at one of the parks, they have a special pass they give you. It works at all the parks except Tokyo Disney, which is not owned by them. So they can't control that.
I feel like I got out relatively unscathed because I saw somebody else, like we were on a little, there's like this, they have this ride that's like a little boat ride, right? Like you're just in a little boat, you're going around and they've got like all these fairy tale scenes around. Like you're going by Rapunzel's castle and there's Bald Mountain from Fantasia. And then like as we round the turn, hey, there's all the medics with somebody on a stretcher.
Oh,
Like
yikes.
that. Yeah. So
Yeah, dangerous.
I got out
This
of
is
there
from
with
the
it.
story, this stretcher man. Nothing to see here. Enjoy the park. It's French.
They probably they wear camouflage. They're supposed to wear camouflage so they blend in, right?
Oh,
probably not
don't
supposed to
mind
notice
me.
them.
No, this is a animatronic. Look.
They're probably not allowed to talk. I'm thinking
The medics.
the medics are not allowed to talk to the
Medics.
park goers.
They've got handlers with them.
Yeah, like
move them along.
like a big Mickey Mouse comes up with them and he's distracting everybody.
Woohoo!
Look over here! Look up here! Look up here!
Look over there. Hey guys, look at me.
There was a 2-hour long line to meet Mickey Mouse consistently.
Somebody probably passed out. That's why the medics were there.
That's probably it was right near there. So
Probably hot. Well, maybe not when you were there. Anyway,
not really. Yeah.
what do we got? We got show feedback. Oh, there's some Disney show feedback.
Yeah, I took it all from YouTube this week.
Nice.
Because I'll explain why later. AC had to say, yes, the ride cars for Indiana Jones in Paris are supposed to look like mine cars. Just Googled it. So Google says they're supposed to be mine cars. So how do you feel about that shit?
I feel like that's perfectly acceptable. It seems like it would be the right answer.
Or ear
They-
trimming cars.
Right. They felt like I was riding in a mine car.
That's type of suspension. They had that
Yeah.
type of suspension. Nice.
They don't show that in the movies where everybody comes in with all their ears beat up from just like flopping around in the mine carts.
Right. It's not comfortable. What else?
We have this from Ryan Bartley, who remembered things that I could not. I believe it was Titanfall where Steven Spielberg bumped you. He is correct. When I saw it, I remembered that was the game. It was not Evolve. Evolve was just
Evolve didn't sound right to me. It didn't even sound like the right time frame.
no. You were right. He is right. I was, I guess, wrong. I misremembered, I think is the appropriate thing.
I had no
Game
comment
yeah.
either way.
The game was Titanfall. I was next online, and they said, sorry, you can't come in. Steven Spielberg's coming in, and then we're closed. So what can you do?
You should have said, I'm
Where
Steven
were
Spielberg's
the
cousin.
rest of us? Because I remember waiting in line for Titanfall. We saw Titanfall, didn't we?
Yeah, you guys had a separate appointment because you can only
Oh.
get in 2 people at a time.
Got it.
I'm trying to think who I stood online with. It may very well have been like a Ben Gilbert.
I do remember this. You were standing in line with, Ben Gilbert or Sean Norton or somebody
else. And we were going to have our turn. And they were like, sorry, dudes, you're out. Like, but we were next. Like, yeah, we're real sorry about that. Have a t-shirt.
Was it the guy with the mohawk?
I was like, all right.
I told you, sorry.
Probably. And
then
the
guy with the mohawk that had Titanfall like written in paint in his mohawk.
And then I remember seeing all those Steven Spielberg quotes, like the most amazing game I've ever played. Like, no, that's not true.
Boom Blocks.
I was about to say, we all know it's Boom Blocks.
He never played.
By the way, good game. Good game, Boom Blocks.
Right. I'm sure he didn't play either of those games.
No, but that was still a good game.
Sure.
The only time I played Boom Blocks was on Wombat's couch.
Nice.
That's the only time we ever played it.
Wow. That's a long time ago.
It's been a while since Boom Blocks.
That was before children, I believe. Yeah. And Lorax had to say, I played Fortnite for the better part of 4 or so years, and the randomness is definitely what kept my friends and I playing. Random bus pass, random loot, random game modes that don't make sense. If unlocking things were the hook, then a lot of games would allow you to unlock a ton of cosmetics, would still be relevant instead of being left in the dust. On another note, I love the goofiness that ensues from the other two guys whenever Wombat does the ad reads. Keep killing it, guys. There's a reason I've been listening every week since 06 back in junior high school. So, CHEB, one person agrees with you. There were about, 4 or 5 other comments that disagreed with you, but there was one that agreed with you, and that's the one I decided to read.
Great. It doesn't really matter if they agree with me or not. If you just Google Battle Royale, like why is Battle Royale addictive, you can just read about it. And it's not written by me. What else?
I mean, that's it from show feedback. We can go into watching things.
Let's do it.
Okay, watching things with us. That's what this is called now. Watching things with the CAG guys.
Sure.
I like that. It's not good.
You don't like that? Watching with Wombat. How's that? Is that good? It's slightly alliterative.
Illiterate?
Actually, it is alliterative.
Slightly illiterate.
Slightly illiterate. What would Wombat watch? That's alliterative. I watched
this first thing.
I did. I watched until the wheels fall off.
I want to see that, but I don't have that service.
Oh, it was good. It's a little long. It's over 2 hours, which I find to be long for a documentary. For those who don't know, that is the documentary about the life and times of Tony Hawk. It is very interesting. There was a lot about him I was not aware of. I just assumed that he was always just this pro skater Tony Hawk from the age of whatever it was, like 11 to now. I didn't realize there was sort of like there was a gap in between where he was not pro skater Tony Hawk.
He was a ballerina, right?
No, he was unemployed.
Oh. I like my idea better.
He was unemployed and broke for a portion of when his first kid was born, and he just got married for the first of 4 times.
That does fit the bill of like skateboarder. If you say like, oh my God, there's a pro skateboarder and he's broke, I would say, yeah, that seems reasonable.
They decide to start skateboarding again, and then
basically
make money again.
I mean, I don't want to spoil the documentary. It was more along the lines of there was no money to be made in skateboarding, and then the X Games started, and then that sort of changed.
Then there were sponsors. All right.
Then it all came back, and then there was the Huck Jam. Remember that? Tony Hawk's Huck Jam, the touring thing where they would go to stadiums and it would be like motorcycles doing flips and skateboarders, and it would all be at the same time.
I remember when they had that at E3.
Oh, and he made some video games too.
Yeah, he made some video games.
He all by himself.
He did all alone.
Him and Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. So, he has a lot of issues, that Tony Hawk, but if you want to learn about them, I guess you can watch the documentary.
Gigantism is one of them.
Yes. Yeah. It's not all sunshine and roses.
Gorge testicles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Seems like a nice enough dude. Is he a nice enough dude in this?
He does seem like he's
an asshole? A flaming asshole? What?
I don't think he's an asshole. I think he probably
Sucks.
very much needed therapy that he didn't get until probably too late.
Oh, wow.
He's a better person now than he was. I don't think he was ever a evil person. He was just not the best person.
Interesting. Okay.
Huh. Yeah. I don't know many people that are married 4 times that are like,
oh, right,
a joy to be around.
But he had a lot of options. He's got more options than most people.
Oh, that's what it's because he had options.
I mean, I feel like
I don't know.
I haven't watched the movie at all, so I don't know anything about him. I know that he drives around in his car telling people to do kickflips, and then they're like, "Oh, it's Tony Hawk." But yeah, all right, I might check that out.
You should. You might.
Is that on HBO?
That is on the HBO Max.
Ship, you don't have HBO Max? What's up with you?
There's not that much on there.
There is a lot of stuff on there. I'm always mentioning stuff on there.
I watched.
But I don't watch that stuff.
You should though. You're getting out of it.
I watched The Freshman on HBO Max over the weekend too because it was in between things, and I was like, "Oh, I'll watch this." Remember that movie? You ever see that movie with Matthew Broderick and Marlon Brando?
Yes,
from 1990.
Oh, that movie. Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's on HBO Max.
Sign up.
No. That's not the content I would have proposed to sway you.
You know what?
I feel like all the stuff that's on there, for the most part, is all movies that I can just consume elsewhere.
I don't know.
The Batman next week. What about that?
Next week is
a little movie, a little tiny movie, independent film called The Batman.
Yeah, if I want to watch that, I can check it out at the library.
Which you should, I think, because we're not doing a show next week. So the show after that, I expect both of you to have watched The Batman.
4K on HBO Max. It better be, or I'll fucking kill somebody.
The Batman.
Mr. Max. I'll be coming for you, Mr. Max.
I feel like I forgot that The Batman came out.
Yeah, it came out. It made a lot of money. So
I'm sure it did, but it feels, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's in the zeitgeist.
That's because people are waiting for it to come out on HBO Max, which you don't have.
Wait until next week, and then it'll all come back around.
Yes,
again.
Exactly. Most people are waiting to watch that at home.
I actually really like The Batman. I don't think GP will, but I really want him to watch it.
I'm definitely watching it. I've already told Ty that we're watching it. I said, I don't care how much rape is in this. We're watching it. He said, fine, I'll watch. No.
Yeah. Good.
I watched this. We finished watching Starship Troopers. There's no rape in that.
Nice.
Only bug rape.
No, but there's boobies.
There are boobies, and the boobies are not of great quality. I don't know if you remember. No offense to the actress whose boobies were on display, but I always felt, even when I first watched that movie, whenever it came out originally, I always felt like those are not the boobies for me. Like, I'm not gonna marry a woman with boobies like that. Like, it's just not.
I mean, I know it did.
She's very attractive and everything.
Yeah.
But I just did not like her breasts. That's all I'm saying. Me personally, that's not my type of breast.
What was Ty's takeaway?
I did not ask him. He was like uncomfortable. Obviously, it's a little. That scene lasts a little too long.
You should go. Hey, how about them tits? Did you do that?
No, I forgot what I said. But it's an interesting. We're gonna be watching RoboCop next week when the 4K UHD comes out. So I wanted to prepare him with another Paul Verhoeven movie. And so this way he can compare and contrast the similar styles that he's used in both movies. And boobies. And the boobies. There's different boobies in both movies.
Nice.
Anyway, he didn't really enjoy Starship Troopers. He was like, it was okay, which is a good assessment of it.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know how well it honestly holds up. And
pretty well, actually. Pretty fucking well, actually. The effects are surprisingly like not shitty. And
well, you know why that is. It's mostly puppets. It's not bad CGI from the early 90s that doesn't hold up. It's really good puppets from the early 90s.
It was expensive, right? That movie? Yeah. It failed? Was that a failure? A box office failure?
It was not I think it did okay. I want to say it was like, because there was no named actors in that movie.
Right.
Really? Like they saved a lot of money on talent.
And it's a weird, I don't know, the tone of it is weird if you don't know what you're getting into.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like slightly off, so you can still think this is just like a sci-fi action movie.
Yes.
And you're going through it the whole time going, this isn't very good. It's not bad,
Right.
but like if you know what it's actually going for, then it becomes more interesting. But it's a weird place for a movie to live. Like you have to know what kind of a movie it is to enjoy it correctly.
I told Ty that going into it. Exactly that. I said, look, this is going to be sort of weird. It's serious, but the tone is also like silly. And it's very
satire.
jokey for, I explained that.
It's satire, but it's
dark
very,
comedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that far off of
Correct.
Just a normal action movie. It's like not over the top satire.
Yeah.
Except for the boobies.
Which is why I think it works. That and the Phil Tippett puppets.
And all the close-ups. All the close-ups are in your face.
Mm-hmm.
The Verhoeven close-ups. Anyway, we're just warming up for RoboCop.
Yeah, well, I watched another movie on the Netflix. My wife and I watched a movie together. We watched The Bubble, the Judd Apatow pandemic.
That looks horrible.
Movie.
I couldn't even make it through the trailer.
It was not particularly good.
Oh, man.
It has, you know what? It's funny because the beginning of the movie, and I'm talking like the first 10, 15 minutes, maybe, I actually laughed a few times. And I was like, "Oh, this might be funny. I'm okay with this setup and this premise, and there's some good, one-liner jokes." And then all the jokes stop after that first 15 minutes. Like,
but you kept watching it. You watched the whole thing.
There's a couple of laughs here and there, and there's some weird, like razor sharp turn tonality shifts. Where it's like, oh, this movie's funny and it's sort of light and it's about the pandemic and it's about how spoiled actors are. And then it's like, oh, yeah. And now there's like, I don't want to spoil it for everyone, but now it's like, and now there's like armed military guys here. I'm like, wait, what? Now there's threats of violence for these actors. Where did this come from? Why this now?
This is one of the few movies that's got the low Rotten Tomatoes score. Official one and the audience score is also low. It's 24% and 33%.
I mean, I'll spoil it. I don't care. No one cares. It's a Netflix movie. Like there's a point where Leslie Mann is trying to escape the hotel because that's what she wants to do, and they shoot her hand off as she's running away.
That's funny. See, I was laughing.
And it's like graphically violent, like RoboCop when RoboCop gets his hand shot off.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, and then they just and you see the
splat,
and it's kind of gross,
right? And
it also doesn't like. Wait a minute, this is supposed to be like a light comedy about being stuck in the bubble, not
no.
Actress gets her hand blown off like that. That would never happen. First of all, that would never happen. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't jive. Right. Like the studio would not physically injure an actor. If anything, out of callousness, they would make sure that the actors look the same all the time. So it doesn't even make sense.
All right, enough. I need to hear about Sonic the Hedgehog too. Okay. Everybody wants to hear about that. Nobody wants to hear about that.
Talk about Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2. They made another really good Sonic movie. They figured out the formula here.
What is the formula?
Rings.
I think the formula is that Sonic's a genuinely likable character. That they mix in the human characters with the Sonic stuff. Well, obviously Jim Carrey is fantastic as Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman, whatever.
Right. I love that. By the way, I love that Jim Carrey has obviously made so much money from these Sonic movies that he's not doesn't have to work anymore.
It was retired. His biggest movie ever, right? Like this is the biggest opening for any Jim Carrey movie ever.
Is that true? Is that really true? I didn't even know that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Even like now in pandemic times, that's really surprising. Wow.
He said he's done, right? He's done making movies.
Yeah.
He did, but I mean, if they want,
said he might come back.
For Sonic 3. I mean,
if he needs the money, he probably doesn't.
It seems like he likes it though. Like he's
acting
right. He gets the Jim Carrey up. It's a fun character,
right?
The throwbacks to all of the video game stuff. There's a lot of like, I remember that in the video games, but it's done in old like. Obviously, it's not a 16-bit way, but like they're going through like the tombs and the mazes and stuff that you would play through in Sonic games. He's sliding down the little water jet things. He can't
Nice.
swim underwater. It's got all
Nerd
that.
stuff.
And
It's got nerd
and now
stuff.
it's got plenty of the nerd stuff in
Is there
there.
any Michael Jackson music in it?
Well, it's stolen Michael Jackson music that's mixed in, right?
Mm-hmm.
That probably Michael Jackson stole from somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that was his thing.
But yeah, I mean it's just a really quality like movie for what these are. His crappy friends were also not too bad. Idris Elba as Knuckles. It's really strange because all you hear is like Idris Elba, right? Like
his
Idris.
voice is so powerful. Like
I hear
course.
Idris. I don't
Idris.
I don't.
Idris.
I'm not on a first name basis with him. I don't.
Oh,
know.
we hang out. He's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
He raps in his songs and he says his name,
He calls me bruv.
or other people say his name. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
he wouldn't say his own name probably. Anyway, that's cool. I'll watch that when it comes to home.
It's amazing how like kids care about Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's cute.
Right? Like it's all the kids really like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Let's talk about still again how the redesign of that character in that movie that still boggles my mind. That first version they came out with, they're like, "You're gonna love this Sonic the Hedgehog."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. But you got to give them credit. They said, you know what? Maybe we just don't know what we're doing.
Right. Like maybe
it takes a lot of guts.
Is right and we're wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I mean, you got to give
maybe
credit.
We should listen to all the nerds that are going to come see our movie.
Mm-hmm.
I give them all the credit in the world. Like it takes, if you're like, hey, we really fucked up, and just do it their way.
The amazing thing is like, so they figured out the formula to make a video game movie here, right? So Nintendo has to be sitting there looking at this going like, hey, our characters are more popular than Sonic. Like Sonic's way up there,
It's
right?
coming.
Like,
That's coming. Super
are they-
Mario movie.
yeah, what's taking so long here?
Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got to get him ready.
Is it going to be good? Is it going to be any good though?
I'm going with a big no, is my guess. But I'll wait and see. My guess is no, but I have no problem admitting if I'm wrong. Like I'll cut to 2 years from now.
Like Mario has no character
so
traits, right? He has zero character traits.
Jumping is jumping a character trait?
Like Sonic has a whole like persona, like multiple personas. Like he's this edgy guy, he's this cute guy. Like
Gotta go
he's
fast.
got a whole bunch of stuff. Like he's fast, yes. Like he's got a whole bunch of
He's
things.
childlike and
He's
yet
blue. He's fucking blue.
Yeah. He's
Mhm. He's got a
Mario.
lot.
Mario's got nothing.
He's a plumber.
He's a plumber, and he's short, and he can jump, and he knows a princess.
And his last name is the same as his first name. Except the last name is pronounced Mario. So it's
Like Luigi.
Mario.
Luigi even has a personality, right? Like Luigi, he's the scared brother.
Goofy, goofball.
Goofball. Like Mario is just nothing.
Right.
There's just nothing about him at all.
Well, he's a hero, I guess. He's brave because he jumps in
he
the
likes
direction of the
drugs.
princess. He jumps towards the danger, unlike Luigi. All right, what else we got here in Watch This Jerks?
Did you watch this music documentary on that?
I didn't, but my wife did, and she enjoyed it. So
Okay. I watched it with Emmeline, the Olivia Rodrigo Driving Home to You on Disney Plus. It's basically just the making of Sour, the album.
by Olivia Rodrigo, Grammy Award winner Olivia Rodrigo.
It's a good album. It's a good pop album. The documentary itself, not a whole lot going on with it, right? Like I'm sure.
Doesn't surprise me.
There's not a whole lot of that. She went through a breakup and she's a teenager, and that leads to good songs. Just not a very interesting documentary about those, but it's out there. You can watch it in 30 years, Wombat, when it's classic.
That works for me.
I'm gonna pass on that one. I'm gonna watch
Do you
Sonic.
like Olivia Rodrigo music, GP?
I know the driver's license song
Mm-hmm.
because they made some EDM.
I figure
remix
you
out of
had
it.
like all kinds of remixes of
Yeah,
her
that-
songs.
that one, but there's there's a lot of good dance music songs. So
Are you a fan of her work on High School Musical, the TV show?
I'm not familiar with her work on that or that show, really. But I've been watching some shows, some television shows, not movies. We watched on Netflix what I think it's the most popular show on Netflix, or one of the most popular shows, called Bad Vegan.
How is it? That's a documentary.
This is
Right?
this is a limited 3 or 4 episode documentary. And it's another one in the line of swindle documentaries where a seemingly intelligent, bright women get swindled by guys to give them money. And they all use the same scam. It's all about like pretending to be like a spy or something, or being in a dangerous business, and you're always in danger, and you always have to sort of like be looking behind you, and eventually you're like, hey, I need you to wire me some money because, you know, these guys are tracking me, and you just keep doing it, and you basically like gaslight them and constantly getting money out of them. And there's like 3 different, there's the Tinder swindler, there's this one, and there's one other one that the love fraud, I think. And it's all the same scam. It's really interesting how effective that one scam is. It's just this being used over and over again. And this woman, the main woman in this one, in Bad Vegan, she owned this really famous restaurant in Manhattan called Pure Food and Wine. It was a raw food restaurant. In fact, the documentary starts out with a clip. The first thing you hear is Howard Stern talking about how he went to Pure Food and how awesome it was. It was like a celebrity hangout. And she was the owner of the restaurant. She went to Wharton Business School, and yet completely like gets taken by this complete con artist. And it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's called Bad Vegan. It's very well done. It's the same director as Tiger King, Chris Smith. So that's a good one. I'd recommend. We haven't finished that yet. I think we have one more left on that. But it's just interesting how that scam is so effective. It's just it's like a psychological trick. Like it just works. We've been watching a show on Apple Plus or Apple TV, whatever the fuck it's called Slow Horses.
That's the Gary Oldman show, right?
Correct. I forgot to mention that we watched that last week. It's pretty well done. It does start off a little slow, as they mentioned in the title, but by episode 3, it's pretty much firing on all 4 cylinders. Gary Oldman's character is very gross. He reminds me of like a really grosser version of me. He's like burping and farting constantly, but he's like me if I also had like very bad hygiene. And also like an old spy, and I was also an old spy. But you can watch him fucking do anything, Gary Oldman. So yeah, if you want like a British spy show, it's a pretty good one so far. I would recommend that. Chip, you can watch that. You wouldn't watch that? Too intense?
What is it?
It's a spy show. It's basically, it's Gary Oldman runs like the shitty house of spies. There's like MI5 in like the good building, and then there's the MI5 rejects work in this shitty building and on all the shitty assignments. And he basically runs that department, and we don't know why.
I'll watch the trailer for it and see.
Okay.
I thought this was the Western. Isn't there a Western on Apple TV or coming on Apple TV?
No, I believe you're thinking of Amazon.
One
Prime.
of them's coming. There's like a ton of commercials.
And it's with Josh Brolin?
Yes,
one?
that's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Outer something. Outer
Thanks.
Venus. I don't know. That's Amazon Prime. Anyway, you might like this. Gary Oldman's pretty fucking entertaining, I gotta say, even though he's super gross in this. Also, that's on Apple. We've been watching The Invisible Pilot on HBO Max. Another one for you, Ship. This is another like guy with a double life documentary. He was like an airplane pilot, a crop duster. He was a crop duster, but he was also a drug runner. And he was like basically like one of the best pilots ever, apparently. And we only watched one episode of that. I really can't say much about Invisible Pilot. We also watched one episode of Tokyo Vice, which is on HBO Max, which we talked about like 2 weeks ago. And I was worried about like the Japanese, just how they were going to fucking show the fucking book. And it is kind of weird. Like the people that are speaking English in the on the show, like it's very unrealistic. Like I said, the whole point is he's an American guy working in a Japanese newspaper, and they barely want to accommodate him. But his boss is speaking to him in English throughout the fucking show, which is the last person who would literally be speaking English to him there. Nobody would, but certainly not her. And there's just a lot of things that are like that, that are done kind of weird and that are really bothering Mrs. Cheevy. I don't know. We only watched one episode. It also, the show starts off saying that it's loosely based on the book. So, and people think that the book is even loosely based on reality, which I learned from our CAG Discord. So I don't know. Maybe don't think about it too much and just watch it. But
smart.
We did finish up Peacemaker.
I did that.
You finished it up?
Uh-huh.
A long time ago, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you told me to go back and watch it, and we did go back and watch it, and we liked it. It did get better after the first few episodes. And you know, John Cena is he worked really fucking hard. You could tell, like, he put a lot into that, and he fucking carried that show like pretty fucking far. And it was hard to just not get sucked into that. So yeah, Peacemaker was good. I got to admit it. What else we got here? Is that it for the jerks?
I think we I think we did that.
Shipwreck, aren't you watching anything? What are you doing with your life?
I can talk
two
about
things.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
You want me to talk about
I forgot
the Tooth and Nail documentary that I watched?
What's Tooth and Nail? Is that another
Tooth
Jesus
and Nail
group?
was a very popular Christian heavy metal and punk label that was in the 90s. And this is the documentary. After I watched the Jesus music documentary last week,
You got into
I
that?
said, I want to find something that's the actual music that I actually listened to.
Yeah.
And this is it. But it's put out by Tooth and Nail, the label, so you don't get like a whole lot of real meat to it. But it was enjoyable to watch. I knew the songs.
Sounds like a cash
the
grab.
players.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, it's a I can send it to. Oh no, Wombat, you can watch it. I put it on my Plex. So
Excellent. I'll make sure to check that one out.
Yeah.
See, Jews didn't have like any of those options.
No, there's no Jew rock.
You had Modest Yahoo.
That came much
right?
too late, way late.
We had Van Halen.
No, it's not the same thing. It's not even. That's not the same thing. You know what I mean? Mattis Yahoo is. Yeah, I was thinking of him, but he came way late. Like, I mean,
he's in the same. He's a little bit after the time frame of what this Tooth and Nail.
And is he really singing about being a Jew though? I don't think he is.
Yes.
Nope.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was at least singing about religious themes and God.
Were you a Mattis Yahoo fan?
There was some mixture in there. Yeah.
Was that your big exposure to Judaism?
Well,
I was gonna say
Christians read both the Old and the New Testament.
Correct.
Modest Yahoo takes care of that section of the Christianity for Chip, the Old Testament portion. You know, you don't have that many of these Christian singers are probably not singing about King David or Daniel in the lion's den.
There's some. It gets into that somewhat, but
that's not
a whole lot. Yeah.
Fantastic then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. New releases. I didn't even know what do we got there.
Not much.
There's not a lot this week. I know that Chrono Cross remake thing came out. I have not seen positive reviews about that. So I have
only
not
$20.
checked that out.
There's that Combinera game I got a lot of emails about. That's an Atari game.
What?
Combinera.
It sounds like it's not a T. That's a fancy T, I think.
It's an Atari made puzzle game. I don't know anything else about it.
Does it have speakers in it?
The House of the Dead remake came out too for Switch.
Nice.
But
awesome.
Yeah.
What about this Chinatown? Have you tried this Chinatown Detective Agency? I saw it's on Game Pass, and it looked like it might be good, but it also looked like it might be nerdy.
Yeah. I have not played it. It looks like it's basically all story mode, But
What does that mean? All story mode.
yeah, all story. And it's like all story. It's all like there's no
He
action.
has to read or listen or watch stuff.
Yeah, lots
Oh.
of reading and listening and clicking.
That's bad. I
That's,
don't like
that's
that.
not what Wombat's looking
That's
for.
not what I want right
I-
now.
I
Not right
understand.
now. I mean, who knows? Knowing me, I'll download this game and play it, and then 2 weeks from now, I'll be like, you know what's amazing?
Chinatown Detective Factory.
'cause
What
I-
is it called? Oh, Agency.
Because I'm a hypocrite and it works. Mhm.
Chinatown.
I haven't been to Chinatown in, I don't know, a decade.
I just go to Little Neck. That's like Chinatown.
Not really, but sure.
For me, it is. That's closer. And they have parking.
It's mhm.
All right, what else?
That's pretty much it for the new releases for this week. It's play what you got. Week.
Right. I got Apex Legends.
I got Fortnite.
I'm losing.
We've got not Borderlands, but still Borderlands.
Right.
Oh yeah, you've been playing. We'll get to that later, I guess.
Yep.
Nice.
Should we hear from our partners, our
Do it.
friends?
Do it.
Sure. What is HelloFresh? With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Get farm fresh seasonal produce and easy to make recipes delivered right to your door every week. Ingredients travel from the farm to your doorstep in under a week, so they'll always arrive fresh, all without a trip to the grocery store or the farmer's market. It's about convenience with HelloFresh. Not only do the ingredients come pre-portioned so you're not overbuying or wasting food, but it's easier than ever to get filling meals on the table in a snap with options like family-friendly or quick and easy recipes. Pick your favorites from 50 different weekly options and skip weeks when you need to. Change your delivery date or update your preference, all in the HelloFresh app. Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. I switched between the brands, and now you guys can enjoy a discount from the CAGcast on both. I have been a subscriber to HelloFresh for a very long time. I love it. I eat it all the time. I had sumac apricot chicken for dinner tonight.
How's that
over
one? How's that
bulgur.
one?
It was delicious. It was really good. It's like you have it over the bulgur wheat like in a bowl with zucchini and onions and chicken, and it's like a apricot glaze, but you mix it with the chicken stock, so it's not too sweet, but it really works. It's delicious. I highly recommend it. So just go to HelloFresh.com/CAGcast16 and use code CAGcast16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/CAGcast16 and use code CAGcast16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Whoo! Okay, now we're going to talk about our friends at Trade. Yes. Let's see what we got here. Trade Coffee connects customers to the freshest and best tasting coffee they've ever made at home by partnering with the country's best craft roasters. These are independent businesses from big cities and small towns. Trade customers are truly impactful for these independent roasters, often being the largest source of new growth for them. It's expert tasted coffee. Trade's coffee teams actually taste thousands of coffees to keep 450 kinds of live and ready to ship every day. There's no one perfect coffee, but there is a perfect coffee for you, and Trade's human-powered algorithm will find it. Trade has their first match guarantee. Trade is so confident they'll match you to the right the first time that if they don't, they'll take your feedback and an actual coffee expert will work with you to send a brand new bag for free. Trade Coffee sends you freshly roasted beans from 60 of the country's best roasters, small businesses who pay farmers fair prices, sustainably source the greatest beans from around the world. Because the truth is, what I like and what you like could be totally different. You will like a selection of specific coffees that are different from anyone else. Just answer a couple of questions and you'll get your own personalized variety of coffees delivered fresh to you as often as you like. No gimmicks. Trade has delivered over 5 million bags of fresh coffee with more than 750,000 positive reviews. Right now, Trade is offering new subscribers a total of $30 off their first order, plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/CAGcast. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free. Get started by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/CAGcast and let Trade find you a coffee you'll love. That's drinktrade.com/CAGcast for $30 off. Drink Trade.
Hey now.
I do.
I know you do. It's good stuff.
Mhm.
I love coffee.
All right.
Anyway.
Wombat's
Yes.
fortnightly news.
I know. It's crazy. The season. Let me tell you, I want to just say a quick shout out to, because there's with the new no build modes, a lot of our listeners have started playing the game that have never played the game before. And I've been getting a lot of like PMs, DMs, I guess it is, on the Twitters from people who are like, hey, I've never played the game before. Either just telling me what they think of it or asking for tips and stuff. I think it's great. So if I don't mind it. People are like, I hate to bother you. It's not a bother. You enjoy something that I suggested to you. So that's cool. Feel free to let me know.
Nice.
That's all. It's just a little nice. Our fans are very nice and they say nice things. So,
Great.
But speaking of nice things, Sony and Kirkby, Lego. We'll just say Lego. The parent company for Lego.
Oh, okay.
KIRKBI. So
I didn't even know
Sony,
that they had a parent company.
Me neither until I saw this link. But they each invested $1 billion into Epic Games. Fortnite being one of those reasons why they donated. They didn't donate. They invested $1 billion into each of these companies.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty popular.
Yeah.
The crowd seems to like this.
That new no build mode seems to be kind of taken off. It's smart of them to do it. I'm surprised it took this long. But here we are.
Here we are. I'm not there, but I guess it's the
here
royal
I
we.
am.
You're there. Yeah.
I'm
Right.
there. I'm level 92.
It's only 2 levels higher than last week.
No, last week I was 80.
Oh.
He's putting in the time. Don't worry. You can
I
look
was
up his
worried there.
stats. You can look up his
I
stats.
was.
Yep.
Okay.
You can look up. I put in like 47 hours this month, this season so far.
It's a lot.
When did the
It's a
season
lot.
start?
March 20th.
Did it start March 20th? Maybe. It's been about a month.
End of March.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's pretty solid. It's about like 3 hours a day.
Yeah, something like that. Hmm. It's fun. It's social.
It's
social.
It is social. It's the metaverse.
Yeah. It's the real metaverse, not the fake one.
Wow, there's a person behind you.
Yeah, somebody's being social behind you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's bonus content.
I didn't even see who was it. Was it a
I
male
couldn't tell.
person,
I
a
just saw
female
like
person?
I just saw
Was it
like
a-
a flash.
Was it a ghost?
No, it was a good woman.
Okay. Could have been a ghost. Women can be ghosts too. Why you ghost sexist, GP?
That leads you right into your next story.
I know. Speaking of ghosts, so are you familiar with what happened with Pac-Land on the Switch? Apparently, it came out as an arcade archive like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and Miss Pac-Man is not in it anymore. It's like a different female Pac person. Same with Pac Baby. It's not the classic red bow. It's like a pink bonnet.
Why is that?
I know.
There's Shipwreck. You explain it better than I will.
Well, Namco Bandai does not own the rights to Miss Pac-Man.
How'd they fuck that up?
Good question.
It's been that way all along, right? So they've licensed that character from another company who made like a mod of Pac-Man way back in the day to put a bow on her head, and somehow they
Oh my
licensed that
god!
character.
They never were able to
It's-
just get that from
No,
them.
so at Games, I'm pretty sure it's at Games bought the license to Miss Pac-Man.
That's what I'm saying. How could they not lock
And
that shit down like a while ago?
I don't know. And so now every time they want to use Miss Pac-Man in something, they have to pay a royalty for it. So apparently this time around, they took the bow off and put a hat on her instead, and now it's
And
not
changed the
Miss
name,
Pac-Man.
right?
Yeah. So
Pac Mom or
Mrs.
something?
Mrs. Pac-Man. Yeah, Pac Mama. Pac Mama?
I think it's Pac Mom. I don't know.
Pac-Mom,
Something
I
like
thought.
that. Yeah,
Pac-Mom
something
makes
along those
sense.
lines. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's the craziest thing. Like, really, at no point, Namco, did you just go like, all right, we gotta buy Miss Pac-Man.
That's what I'm saying. We just get it done. Whatever. Okay, it's gonna hurt at first, but it's gonna make things a lot
And
easier.
now it's with a company like At Games, who is just gonna be like,
Fuck
give
you.
us the
Pay
money.
me. Right.
Yep, give us the
Right.
money.
You should have done this. We don't feel bad for you at all.
It's why there's no arcade 1-up machine that has both Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man on it.
Yeah, it's why they've always been like
Two
separated.
separate.
Two
Mhm.
separate things. And Miss Pac-Man's the better game is the problem as well.
Right. Yikes. Oh yeah. Oh well.
Mhm.
Not a big problem in the grand scheme of the world, I guess. What else we got?
If my world was Namco Bandai, it'd be a
Yes,
pretty big
yes.
problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
if
really,
your world
how
was
pissed-
Pac-Man or Pac-Land,
Oh.
rather.
Anyway,
Like they put a bow on him. They put a bow on him, and then they went, oh yeah, we're gonna license that for the rest of our business.
How did they not sue the fuck out of them in the first place for like stealing Pac-Man and putting a bow on them? Japanese companies not
times.
litigious. That's the problem.
Yeah. Because it was Americans came up with the bow.
And they were like,
So-
what do we do? What's this? We don't know about lawsuits. We only know like sushi, not lawsuits. That's racist.
a little bit.
The amazing thing is like nobody else, like At Games must want so much money for that license, because anybody else would come through and go like, yeah, give us Miss Pac-Man. We want Miss Pac-Man.
Right.
Like, how did At Games end up with it? It's like,
Cash.
How did Microsoft not wind up with it? Yeah, or just like EA owning Ms. Pac-Man.
this is the documentary that we need on that.
Yeah.
Is there a documentary on Miss Pac-Man?
Not
Oh.
yet.
That could be a fun idea. Not for me, but
Someone else.
right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What else?
Did you see this thing going on with the Activision lawsuits? Apparently, the governor has may have interfered in the proceedings.
In what way?
He fired one of the lead attorneys, and another attorney quit in protest, saying that the governor is basically trying to sway the lawyers' opinions and leaning towards Activision's side.
I would
Basically
imagine.
making
Yeah.
sure they keep their business in California.
Right.
And the lawyers are like, no, we're here to get justice, not here to keep businesses in your
Right.
state.
Right.
And the governor's like, well, then you're fired. And now
Right.
who knows
That's
what's going to happen
that's
with the
not
rest
right.
of these lawsuits.
What's up, fucking Gavin Newsom?
Right?
What is he doing?
I don't
He's
reading
probably
damn
like an
books.
Overwatch fanboy,
Maybe.
and he's worried that his
He's a Diablo guy. I think.
right. You think Diablo?
Diablo.
Yeah, more of
He's like,
clicking.
oh,
Just
man.
click. Just click. Just click.
Yeah. He's like, I got to get that legendary armor.
They promised me. Legendary armor if I hook them
uh-huh.
up.
They promised me a free mount.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right. Well, that sucks. What the fuck is his problem?
He sucks.
Well, I know what his problem is. They fucking
All
have a lot of
politicians
tax
are crooked.
revenue and-
That's what it is.
Speaking
Right, they're
about
all
California,
bad.
though, you saw that Randy Pitchford bought some Magic Castle or something.
wait. What?
Did he bought the Magic Castle in California?
Yeah,
Like the Magic Castle?
yeah, it's like the Magic Castle.
Oh, Randy
Wow.
Pitchford. Oh, Randy Pitchford
Yeah.
did. Okay, I got
Yeah, the entertainer.
it. I got confused. You know, I got confused with fellow sports entertainer Kurt Schilling,
Hmm.
also a fellow entertainer across multiple genres.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford buys Hollywood's Magic Castle.
What's Magic Castle?
Magic Castle is a restaurant / private club in Los Angeles. And you can
Oh
only
my
dine
God.
there.
This
can
is going to be
only-
bad. This is a bad idea. Who allowed this to happen? He is going to have
It's-
his finger in the wrong asshole, and
It's
it's going to
a
come out. It's going to
Califor-
ruin the whole company.
It's a California institution,
a
and
bad
it's mostly
idea.
famous because you can't eat there unless you're a member,
Right.
and you can only be a member if you're a magician.
If you blow Randy Pitchford.
And it's like a whole thing. It was like you're not a real magician until you're a member of the Magic Castle.
Oh, it's a
Although
magician thing? Oh my
Yeah, it's a
God.
magician
No. Ugh. You know what? This is a Netflix series. Netflix.
I've always wanted to go to the Magic Castle because it looks awesome. But,
How about
yeah.
one of those, like there's all these really like high level of production gaming, I don't know what you call them, like gaming channels like No Clip and things like that. They could totally make a series about this and it would be amazing. I'm sure it would be devastating. Devastatingly amazing.
How long until Randy Pitchford opens the Magic Castle to the public?
Oh, I thought you were going to say how long until Randy Pitchford is in jail.
Do you think he'll open it to the public like a regular restaurant?
I don't know. It depends. I mean, he's very much money oriented as well, but he is magic oriented.
I know.
No. This is going to be his private magic club where he can show dirty pictures.
Do you think he makes it more restrictive?
Yes. Yes. Of
Because
course.
you can transfer tickets. Like, let's say you were a magician and a member, and you wanted to make a reservation to dine there. You could say, yes, I'd like to make a reservation on behalf of so-and-so.
How's the food at the Magic Castle?
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm sure it's okay, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it was just okay.
Is this like medieval times type food that they have?
No,
there?
I think it's supposed to be like
Will it be now?
good food, but like a higher end, like expensive, but in like a magic themed restaurant where like there are people walking around doing close up magic while you're eating.
God, this sounds like hell.
I mean, I've never been there, but honestly, I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Now
I think you missed your chance at going.
I'm trying to look at the menu because now you said something. So let's see if I can find dining at the Magic Castle.
Not anymore.
No.
Now you're going to have to be only magicians are going to be allowed.
Yeah.
Only entertainers. And this show is fucking barely entertaining. So I don't think we qualify.
I have been entertained by Tiny Tina's Wonderland though.
Oh, nice. I want to hear about that.
So Wombat talked about it. He got a code for it. I ponied up and gave Best Buy my money for it. But I did not realize that it was teen rated. Right? This is
This is rated T for teen.
Is that bad?
So no, I actually appreciate it because it has the same humor, but it's not the over the top like just cringe.
Fuck shit. Fuck.
Yeah,
piss.
just like and like it's toned that down some, and I think it helps the enjoyment of it. It's like just not in your face constantly.
I believe
anymore. So other than that, I mean, it's straight up, it's Borderlands, right? Like you're going around, your enemies come out in waves, you clear out the areas, you pick up all the stuff, you sort through your inventory, you sell at your vending machines, and you rinse and repeat, right? So this is Shipwreck and I. That's what we enjoy.
And there's skeletons. Everybody enjoys skeletons.
There's so many skeletons.
That's
so
good.
Many skeletons.
Kind of fun to shoot skeletons.
And Will Arnett is the voice of the bad guy.
Delightful.
Yes, Will Arnett's the voice of the bad guy. You got Andy Samberg is one of the voices, and Wanda Sykes is another voice.
Yeah, so they, instead of not paying their employees, it sounds like they went to do the voice acting. Now they've gone out and paid actual celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Good investment. They're good, right? I mean, I'm assuming it's good. The voice acting,
the voice acting's good.
It's very good. Yes.
I think Wombat mentioned it. Sometimes it's repetitious of just like the random phrases that are thrown in a bunch,
right.
And it almost seems like it's a little bit glitchy in that, like
all
of a sudden, like everybody's like talking and saying out their catchphrases at certain points.
Yeah,
like that kind of been a Borderlands thing all along as well.
How many times have you heard a skeleton say, "I'm a skeleton and I'm talking"? Because I think I've heard that about 100 times. I'm a skeleton and I'm talking. Scary.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
It is funny. Like there are the stuff the skeletons say are like, there's some of them, not all of them hit, but some of them do make you chuckle when you hear what they're saying. And there's some skeletons that talk like exactly like Skeletor. And that's enjoyable.
Some of them sound like the skeletons from Army of Darkness, which I think is also very intentional.
Yeah. There's a lot of pop culture references within a fantasy setting.
Mhm. Because it is still a story being told by, Tiny Tina.
It sounds
So,
good.
Yeah, it's
It
kind of
is.
wild that I don't know, that they just went like, we're making another Borderlands game, but it's just the side.
It's not
thing,
real
but it's a full-
Borderlands. It's side
Right,
Borderlands. Yeah.
But it's very much Borderlands.
It's
so-
like the Far
it's
Cry
nothing's
games.
changed here, right?
Nope.
Like it's
Mm-mm.
you have the overworld map thing that's a little bit different, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like not that involved.
Nope. Nope.
Um,
You can still fast travel everywhere as if there was no overworld. So,
Doesn't really matter.
yep.
It might be on Game Pass at some point.
Has Borderlands ever? Borderlands? Oh, yeah.
maybe.
Borderlands 1 and 2 was. 3 has not been. But Borderlands 1 and 2 isn't on anymore.
It's not a big like a microtransaction game, right? Like they don't.
There's a season pass. I think
Oh,
that
is
might be
there?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, but usually the season passes on Borderlands are for actual like add-ons,
Yeah.
right? Like it's DLC add-ons, not a lot of cosmetics and stuff that
Right.
you're
So
buying.
it's not maybe a good fit for Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean all the cosmetics. I mean that's one thing Borderlands does well, right? Is like you're just finding the cosmetics as you're playing, and that's part of the loop of, hey, I want to pick up these things, and I'm never going to use this, but at least I've unlocked it for my character. So I don't know. It's good. I like. Who are you playing as, Wombat? I'm playing as the guy with the wyvern, the little dragon thing.
Well, okay. So I have the mushroom guy is who I started as
Okay.
a mushroom guy with the big, like, man-eating mushroom that farts on people. And I unlocked the second class ability. So now it's a mushroom guy / wyvern guy. So I have 2 pets.
Oh, okay. See, you're a little bit further along than I am.
Yeah.
I think.
So
We've
I've
only
got-
been playing for 3 nights or something like that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I have a mushroom guy who walks around with me and a dragon that flies over my head.
I have a mushroom guy in my pants.
Nice.
Oh.
Does he fart on people?
No, it's fucked up. All right, what else? Where are we here? So obviously you like it. You like Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I do.
It's
I
a
think
winner.
I've liked all the Borderlands games.
And this is one of them.
This is one of them. They made another
Even-
one of it.
Even Tales from the Borderlands?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, no, just
All the Borderlands stuff is good, and I like the universe. It's just sometimes it's a little bit cringy at times. So they've taken out, at least so far, some of the like, oh, this is not really the tone I like.
Nice. Well, I like Dungeons and Dragons. That's a good tone. You can't go wrong with that.
I haven't gotten to a coffee mission yet, GP. I'm sure
There's no
gonna be one.
coffee in Dungeons and Dragons, so it's not going to be there. It's a plus, another plus for that game. Okay. Where are we here? Oh, we're at Nintendo. We're time to talk about Nintendo for our Nintendo coverage. And we have Whip Smart's Spank Banky. This game is called Fingun, and that is a side-scrolling boss rush style shooter. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Reminiscent of Final Fantasy Zone or Parodius, like you're supposed to know what those games are. Just
I know what those
nod.
are.
When I
know
say,
what
I know what both of those are.
you know what Parodius is?
Yeah,
No.
it's a parody of these type of games.
Oh.
That was out. Or it was made by the same people as Fantasy Zone, I believe.
Wrong. It's a type of tooth decay.
I love Fantasy Zone. It's a good game.
Bosses are mostly comically designed giant ladies. Shoot their clothing to defeat them. That's racist. I mean sexist. Game 16-bit game graphics, like WarioWare, nude concept art that is unlockable. And so Nintendo games just have fucking full-blown nudity in them. Good to know. It's another entertaining Gamazumi release, says Whipsmart Banky. A welcome departure from their usual visual novel offerings. That's called
This might be up
Fingun.
You're no reading, Wombat. Is this for you?
No, Fingun. It has nudity and it's
I don't even have the Switch
Is
like
it
in my
Fingun or like Fingun? Is it supposed to
Oh.
have finger in it?
or it's maybe it's fine
Fingun?
gun.
I thought it was Fingen.
Like
I'm trying to figure out what their play on words is here.
I'm
to
sure
let
it's
you know that
classy.
there's Yeah.
I'm sure it's very classy, on the up and up, and so on. Well, he seemed to like it. That's the important thing. Fin gun. So just remember, Nintendo is your console for naked women. Who would have thought? Let's move on to not you, not anybody. Let's move on to the CAG bag. We have a question from @Kabang2 who writes in and asks, "Has Shipwreck's game room changed? If so, can we get a part 2 of the game room tour video?"
I mean, there's been stuff added, but there's not major changes.
But I feel like maybe we haven't seen what it looks like fully filled out. Like we probably got a video very early on. Now it's been lived in. It probably has a very different look. Or no, I could be wrong.
It could be. I'd have to go back and look at the video. I've lived here for a while, so I don't remember exactly what was there for the video.
You've made a lot of videos in that basement. You know what I'm talking about. You know the trapdoor. Just blink.
Yep. I don't know. Maybe I will.
Revisit.
There's a lot more kids' toys down here than the last time. I'll tell you that.
Just remake it. Everything's getting remade these days. Remake your video.
Yeah, it'll be in higher res.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. I need to reorganize some of this stuff because it's been how long since that PlayStation 5 came out, and I still can't figure out where to put it.
I thought you did figure out where to put it, and it was there.
That was there. Yeah, it got set there.
Can't move it. That's why.
Yeah.
It's no place to put it. Where else can you put it? Not gonna fit in any of those spots.
I still don't even have a permanent cable for it. I just take whether I'm playing Xbox or PlayStation 5, I just unplug the HDMI cable from the back of one and stick it into the other one.
Oh, does it kill your heart when you do that? Do you feel did your heart skip a beat?
It does. It feels like I should solve this.
Yeah, I bet.
But
I actually have the same problem.
How to do that.
Yep, same here.
Right, but Shipwreck's got a lot invested in that situation.
Yeah, I could figure it out.
That's a serious situation.
So it just does not. My planning did not account for what was to come with the PlayStation 5.
I mean, can't you just put it where the PS4 is, or it doesn't fit?
No, I would have to take out 2 or 3 other consoles and adjust shelves so that I could put this thing in my giant TV console thing back here.
King of consoles.
And then at the same time, I'm I don't even know that I want to do that because this thing gets the fans go crazy on this thing.
It needs air.
It's the fans or the disk drive, whatever it is. This thing is loud when it gets going.
Yeah, it's a problem. You'll figure it out before the next game comes out.
Did you see? I meant to ask you. Did you see the second part of that self-transforming Optimus Prime that came out this week?
I did see that. It's cool. I'm still not.
What do you mean second part? It's the trailer.
They came out with the trailer. The trailer's $750.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't buy that fucking thing. Oh my god, I'd be in $1,500 on a fucking Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the little roller guy though too.
It does. It has the little
not
truck
roller. It's not roller guy. It's Roller. It's his name is Roller.
I know it's Roller. His name. He was so vital in the Transformer universe. He was just in every episode going, "Hey, I'm Roller."
It's very important.
He didn't even transform. He was just.
So he can drive they can all drive together. I'm assuming for $1,500.
For $1,500.
I don't know, man. For $1,500, it's got to do is the truck refrigerated?
For $1,500, it better be the inside of the truck is also a fleshlight.
Or a fleshlight or refrigerated, so it can carry beers and other things.
Refrigerated fleshlight.
That's not a good idea. Nobody's looking for that. I mean, maybe the penguin or something, but not a normal human male. All right. That's not much in the CAG bag this week. I tried, but
that's okay.
People have no questions. We've answered all their questions. That's it. Any final words, Wombat, before we see you not next week, but the week after?
Exactly. Just thank you to our friends at HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com/CAGcast16 and use code CAGcast16 for 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. And also Trade. Right now, Trade is offering new subscribers a total of $30 off your first order, plus free shipping when you order. Go to drinktrade.com/CAGcast. So thank you. And also don't forget to use code Wombat5277 when making your purchases on the Epic Game Store.
We're gonna raid Sushi Dragon right now. He's actually, I think he's doing like a sponsored HelloFresh stream. So you guys are all very familiar with HelloFresh. So you should fit right in. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Bread's done.